In 1982, Sister Helen Prejean was the spiritual advisor of 2 people put to death in Louisiana. She wrote a book about it, had it adapted into a major motion picture by Tim Robbins, and now it is being performed as a play by amateur actors around the country designed to engage communities in a discussion about capital punishment. Last April, Sister Prejean attended Adams State College's opening performance of the play Dead Man Walking in rural southern Colorado.
I was so excited today, I called Tim Robbins. I said, Tim, this was the dream. Here in Alamosa, they're doing it.
Art shows, symposiums, movies, debates, and national speakers filled a week of thought-provoking activities. Sister Maureen Finland is the national coordinator of the Dead Man Walking Play project.
It's exactly what Tim Robbins wanted to see happen when he released his play, Dead Man Walking. He wanted a discourse on the death penalty by everybody, but he wanted the young people on the campus to lead it.
And they are actual collaborators with him on this play because they give him feedback, how they did it, what worked, what didn't work, and he's going to use that when he writes the definitive version of Dead Man Walking.
Using local actors, each performance created a new set of people learning the depth of the issues. Shelley Johnson, who played Sister Prejean in Alamosa, effectively demonstrated this connection on opening night. I noticed you were crying in the final scenes. Those were real tears.
Those were real tears, absolutely. It's incredible to see her out there and to get to know her and to know the woman that I'm playing and know that this is a real person. This isn't some sort of figment of an imagination. This is a real person and real conflict and real life.
For me to see it, especially the victim scenes, it's like I remember those people. I remember those words. I remember that very scene.
As part of their education to play these very emotional roles, Adams State College director Dr. John Taylor had the cast spend an evening with a local family who has suffered the loss of a child through murder.
They came and spent an hour and a half with us and talked about their experience and what that was like and the upcoming execution of the man who killed their daughter.
Artist, cast member, and volunteer prison worker Kathy Park has always been against the death penalty.
But after that evening, I moved closer to considering the death penalty than I've ever have before. And that felt important, to let it rock my boat a little bit.
An important part of getting the community involved was the campus debate. Candace Horton and April Gonzalez were 2 of 7 debaters on both sides of the issue.
It's generating a lot of energy and a lot of conversation, and a lot of the students are, trying to find their position.
That's exactly what this country is based on, people deciding what they think about things and going from there.
Sarah, a member of the technical crew, also works at a local bar in Alamosa where she gets patrons to talk about the death penalty.
It is a college bar where I work, and they've told me that they've never really thought about the other side. And then once you hear all the different sides and look at it from all the different angles, they were able to also be like, I'm not so sure anymore. Maybe I should do research. And I think that by doing this project, we've inspired thoughts.
Ron Kiney is a national speaker for the Witness to Innocence program.
I represent a group of roughly 130 people right now that have been exonerated from death rows across the United States. Now, we don't count the people that might be beat on a technicality or something like that. These are proven cases that nobody can argue about, that these people were innocent. Maybe something's wrong with the system, so let's stop killing people until we can figure it out.
Where there is no question about the guilt of a heinous murderer, justice may seem clear. For families left behind, the question of forgiveness and reconciliation versus watching a man be put to death by the state can prove to be a difficult moral dilemma. Even in rural America, individual people are affected, and Sarah lost a cousin to a man who is currently on Colorado death row.
It's one thing to say the word that you forgive somebody, and it's another thing to actually feel it in your heart. And I think that, to me at least, having this experience and being so involved in it and meeting Sister Helen Prejean, that I can fully say that or feel that I have forgiven Nathan Dunlap for the murders that he's caused, and I don't want him to be on death row.
For some, forgiveness isn't the issue at all. Leon is an Alamosa resident whose position is rooted in his religious beliefs.
Sure, it's not nice sitting on death row, it's not nice being in prison, but it's not real punishment like God ordained it to be.
Part of the discussion in Alamosa included a panel of religious practitioners.
I'm Young Suk Kang, a United Methodist pastor. Christians believe that the power to forgive comes from God's grace.
My name is Professor Liaquat Takim, Associate Professor at the University of Denver in the Department of Religious Studies. In Islam, Muslims do believe in Jesus as a prophet of God, of course, not as a son of God. But he does not appear as a redemptive figure. In fact, there's nobody who can redeem your sins but yourself in the Islamic perspective.
The National Dead Man Walking Play Project is about bringing the larger social issues back to people, and even the youth of our communities have a voice.
I'm 15. If it's a crime to commit murder, then why do they have the death penalty? It's murder. Either way you look at it, you're killing somebody, you're taking somebody's life. It's not justice. It's just another dead person.
Reporting from Alamosa, Colorado, I'm Miles Eddy. Additional information and other podcasts produced by MidiAge Productions can be found at podcast.midiage.com. That's podcast.midiage.com.